our Almighty God, Creator of heaven and earth, Father and lover of our soul, you sit on your throne of mercy and rule with your love and faithfulness. You are full of grace. We acknowledge your presence in our lives. Nothing is hidden in your eyes, even our challenges and struggles in life. We come to you with faith. We ask not only for our daily spiritual bread, but to seek your forgiveness and undeserving favor to heal our land, our family members, our friends and neighbors, even our enemies with COVID-19 and other diseases. Holy Spirit, help us to deepen our faith and see the opportunity to believe, obey, and worship. As we face this pandemic, you are Lord and God. Encourage us and change our hearts, not to fear, but to be full of hope and find ourselves praying and meditating your word. We believe no works of the enemy prosper to your children. Abba, Father, we believe that your Son Jesus Christ is Lord and Savior. He is the truth and our salvation. Hear our prayers, O Lord, and most of all, not our will, but thy will be done. We pray this in Jesus' name, the name above all names, who was and is to come. Amen.
Naghahatid saya sa mga Pinoy, mga kanta at programang Tatak Pinoy. Napapanood at napapakinggan kahit saan ka man. Streaming worldwide. This is V81 Radio.
Malayo ka man sa iyong pamilya, dito ay hindi ka nag-iisa. Tiyak ito'y iyong hahanap-hanapin, dahil ito ang nagpapasaya sa atin. Ito ang radio ko, V81 Radio, ang
The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the program anchors and producers and do not necessarily reflect the policies and position of this station. The program that is a call for the times during this 21st century pandemic, seeing breakthrough beyond horizons. This is Two for the Road. Challenges are usually solved and stepped up to as partners know the worth and value of being two for the road. Join the Global Business and Transformation Mentor Rolly Pagaspas and the Global Marketing Leader Bingo Matta as they discuss collaborations in the program that pivots on partnerships. This is Two for the Road, only here on V81 Radio Worldwide.
Okay, so magandang hapon, business and SME audience. Welcome to the program that caters to the development of your business life as a partner. From the concept and opportunity that an entrepreneur encounters with, we now prepare you with someone with the same knowledge, radar, mindset on either supplementary or complementary basis in putting your business on the next level. And of course, the team in Two for the Road will pave the way for your partnership journey in your business and in the industry that you are in. I now would like to call on my team. The first of my co-anchors is a real estate champion, now becoming an essentials and commodities leader with his ventures into gasoline and pharmaceuticals. And mind you, soon to be a governance leader with a heart for service. Please welcome the very tactical global marketing leader, Bingo Matta.
Hi Rolly, hi partner, magandang hapon sa iyo.
Hi.
Magandang hapon sa lahat ng ating mga viewers and listeners abroad and locally. Also magandang hapon sa mga tao na nanonood, yung mga kasamahan ko sa office, Rexon Land, Dual Fuel, Revit Med, and Rexon Travel and Tours. Back to you, partner.
Magandang hapon, Bingo, and syempre welcome to our 6th episode. And completing our team is another co-anchor, a marketing champion, an MSME mentor, an industry leader. She personifies on how to win being a woman and also winning with women. As she defines that an anchor ace in your entrepreneurial sleeves is having the right woman partner both in personal life and in business life. Please welcome our global logistics leader, Arlene Padua-Martinez.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Rolly. Good afternoon, Bingo. It's so nice to be with you again and tackle a very sensitive but very important discussion, especially for those who believe in this. This is a different kind of partnership, and I'm excited to learn as well, as this is something new for me. So, ladies, my dear friends, MSMEs, anywhere in the world, this is something also for you to learn, and it's a bit exciting. So, hang on and listen as we go through the whole segment.
Okay. Good afternoon, Arlene. Syempre, let's start with a dream. So, what is your dream in the next 10 years? Maybe, Arlene, ikaw muna, what's your dream in the next 10 years?
Siguro umpisahan ko yan in the next 5 years. I want to go
next
through
5
this
years.
pandemic. I want to be able to survive this pandemic with my family, and the team of my cartero and Postem, that they would still have their work, and my family, my relatives, wherever they are, and my friends. I just want to go through this pandemic and successfully, be victorious in this hurdle na healthy, walang mababawas sa numero namin. And, just shielded from experiencing the virus, because I heard it's very scary and frightening, not only for the patient but also to the whole family and the whole community, diba? So yun yung una kong gusto. And then of course sa business, when you look at the business, I want it to prosper and grow, wherein for my cartero to be able to service the Filipino requirements, and be able to be the leader in the industry that we are in the next years.
Okay. Wow, realistic dream naman talaga yan. Everybody also hopes for that. And then, how about you, Bingo? What's your dream in the next 5 years? Bigla ako naging 5 years na lang, sabi ni Arlene.
Yeah, so just like Arlene, partners, so syempre gusto ko din in the next 5 years, yung survival muna yung dapat nating main priority. That you, together with my friends and relatives, everyone that I know, should be able to surpass this crisis that we're having right now, yung health crisis natin worldwide. So I just hope everybody that I know will be fine the next 5 years. And then pagdating naman sa negosyo, I just hope that the growth of the company will continue for the next 5 years. All the stakeholders' interests will also be protected, and everybody in the company, even the stakeholders, will be very happy on the result of the various businesses. I-extend ko na, gawin na natin 10 years. So
Sige.
after ng 5 years, gawin natin 10 years. So I'm hoping na by 10 years, gusto ko semi-retired na ako. Gusto ko medyo Tuesday to Thursday na lang yung pasok ko. Gusto ko yung mga tao ko na nag-aasikaso, they become one of my partners as well. Meron na silang stake, meron na silang share din sa company. And I want things to be better in terms of governance. So I might enter politics. I have plans of entering politics. So doon ko nakikita yung sarili ko in the next 10 years.
Wow.
Ikaw,
Ang dami palang journey.
Ang dami journey, mahaba pa. Do you have any plans for the next 5
Ako
years?
naman is, I want to have a stable life, a peaceful one. Kasi you know naman that I'm operating on with a handicap, no? Because I'm a stroke survivor. And I just want some peace and siyempre a little successes lang. Nothing much, nothing grandeur. But you know, since we are all in business, we use prediction tools, di ba?
Yes.
In calculating our risk and what will be the outcome. And for today, we shall be tackling a different kind of a prediction tool or tools, no, that may or may not be believed in, but definitely is being embraced by some of the other industry leaders and stakeholders. And we shall know more about that today. But sabi nga nila, naniniwala ba kayo that the future can be predicted? Okay. Arlene, you have to be true, ha? Sige, so wala namang mali at tama sa
Actually,
sagot.
before, coming from a multinational corporation, we do a lot of planning. We do a lot of things in preparation for what we need to achieve in the coming years. But based on experience, kahit gaano kaganda ang plano mo, if there is another almighty there up there who has another plan, wala talaga wiped out. Especially now, 2020, ang dami nagplano, kasama kami doon. Pero March pa lang, parang fug, wala. Pero, wala talaga. But, I think the better, for me, in my particular opinion, I cannot predict it, but you can feel it. Oh, di ba? Iba naman yun. You
iba
feel
naman
it.
yan, ha? Iba naman yan.
You feel it. It's so, I don't know, no? Basta nararamdaman mo if it's gonna be a successful one or not. I think it's the intuition in me that plays a major role. How I see the future. Kasi sa dami ng experience, partner Rolly and partner Bingo, ang dami ko nang nagawa na kung ano-ano na pinapredict, ganyan, lahat na ginawa and hindi nag-materialize eh. So at the end of the day, it boils down to really on your faith. For me. And then coupled with hard work, perseverance and all those things together, then you can see things unfolding right before your very eyes.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Arlene. Ikaw naman, Bingo. What's your insight on this? Can the future be predicted?
Just like Arlene, sabi nga niya, galing siya sa corporate world. Me too, being in the corporate world, there's really a lot of studies and predictions that can be made. And it is not done overnight. Months yan pinag-aaralan. Like, ano yung gagawin mo for the next year, the next 5 years? Andun yung corporate strategy na nilalatag, no? With all the numbers. Kaya lang, sometimes there are like situations which is beyond our control. Like yung nangyari ngayong pandemic, nobody's prepared. And dami nga nangyari na worldwide na malalaking korporasyon nagsara. This pandemic is really a test of corporate strength now. It doesn't matter if you're big or you're a small one, pero dito matitest gano'ng katibay yung negosyo mo during this pandemic and how you will survive. I agree also with what Arlene said. Sinabi niya, minsan merong vibration. Di ba minsan pag meron ka, may nakaharap kang tao, may gusto kang negosyo, maganda yung pakiramdam mo maganda yung vibes mo, maganda yung aura nung dating sa'yo nung itong isang tao na to, itong negosyo na to. Merong gut feel na minsan hinahanap. Pag naramdam mo yung gut feel na yun, medyo makiklik to, papatok tong negosyo na to, magiging okay to by next year. But just like Arlene also said, no, yung faith, malaking bagay. I remember 2017, merong mga predictions both on the business side, logically, and doon sa ibang mga applications ng predictions. Sabi, masama daw yung taon ko for 2017. But it turned out, because of hard work and because of faith, because of prayers, it turned out to be my best year in my corporate journey. Yun yung pinakamaganda kong taon. Baligtad dun sa naging prediction. So it's really something that you can be just guided on, pero ikaw pa rin yung gagawa. Plus yung faith mo sa taas, malaking bagay yun on what will be the outcome.
All right. Pero syempre, still the question is, can it be predicted with some elements of material things? Diba yan ang ating mga prediction tools that we shall discuss today. I think let us first watch a video that say that I can predict your future. So let's ask our tech to video play, please. Alright, so akala nyo totoo, no?
Nag-ano ba kayo? Nag-move din kayo ng finger? I did.
But you know, it's more of a dramatic representation of how other people can create your faith through some mechanics that may not be acceptable or acceptable. It depends on the others. No? So it depends on your belief. But I think so we shall now have for today the prediction tools for the future, the art or science of it. They may be an activity partner that before or choosing in your business partner, you'll get into this activity prediction tools, or you may not. We are featuring them all in the spirit of infotainment, to believe or not to believe. So the challenge is on you guys, and then we shall hear from them in full galore when we return after this message from our program partner.
We'll be back shortly. This is Two for the Road. Two for the Road. Only here on V81 Radio Worldwide. The program that is a call for the times during this 21st century pandemic, seeing breakthrough beyond horizons. This is Two for the Road. Challenges are usually solved and stepped up to as partners know the worth and value of being two for the road. Join the global business and transformation mentor Rolly Pagaspas and the global marketing leader Bingo Matta as they discuss collaborations in the program that pivots on partnerships. This is Two for the Road every Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Philippine time. Only here on V81 Radio Worldwide.
Are you an online business owner? Do you worry about shipping your products on time? Is it a hassle to deliver to customers abroad? Shipping options can be expensive, limited, or unreliable. That's why you need a new way to transport your goods overseas. Introducing My Cartero, a new, convenient, and reliable way to deliver your products across the globe. With My Cartero, you can distribute merchandise internationally. Ship your packages to the regional hub in 24 hours. Deliver items as small as 50 grams. Ship based on your needs. And track your packages online. You can even learn about sending to other countries via free consultations. With My Cartero, you don't need to visit a post office or courier branch. Simply book online, wait for our rider, and ship your product. Now, you can boost your conversion, satisfy your customers, and grow your business with My Cartero.
Now back to Two for the Road. Two for the Road. Only here on V81 Radio Worldwide.
Okay, so we're back and we shall bring to you the main handle of the show, Partnership Feature of the Week.
Companies need collaborators as suppliers, dealers, distributors, value-added agencies, and solutions providers. Together, they find the answers to the many business challenges. Let us meet them here at Partnership Feature of the Week.
Okay, so Arlene, before I give to you the screen, no, so I would like to first greet our audience. I'd like to greet Erickson John Perez is watching. Mary Grace Copy, I think she's from abroad, no? Mad Salcedo is watching. Angel Francisco is watching. Walter Luna is watching. And Raleigh Vargas. And the people from California, USA are watching. Okay, maraming salamat sa inyo. And I really wish to now feature the first of our two prediction tools, no? Tarot card reading. Let us first play this video.
What is a tarot reading? Well, I've got to start off by saying that, of course, depends on the level of clairvoyance of the reader. Because tarot can be read in many, many different ways. One can read it in a mechanical fashion. Definition of the card equals this. Would that necessarily relate to what is called literally the querent, the customer, the client, whoever is answering the question? Probably not so much. I must point out something here, very important. No real psychic reads for themselves. Why, you might ask? We lack the objectivity. I know of nobody in the field who can read for themselves. Sorry, wish I could. That's the way it is. So really, one is doing a reading for somebody else. If one has a psychic ability, these are merely a tool, a visual tool. I sometimes think, because I use tarot with clients, I think they serve another purpose. Let me demonstrate. So, of course, it would be the client who's doing the shuffling 7 times and then returning the cards to me. And I'm going to demonstrate the most basic, the Celtic cross. Tarot. If it is a discipline that appeals to you, what you need to do, either a kind friend can give you a deck, as I was first given, or perhaps even better, go, if you can, either online or to a store. US Games These cards are by courtesy of them, and they have produced most of the cards. Go online or into a store, and you will see hundreds and hundreds of different tarot decks. I cannot tell you which one might speak to you. That is your choice. I choose Mary Hanson Roberts and the basic Rider-Waite. You might choose something considerably more esoteric in style. That is your choice. Also, having chosen your tarot cards, I believe it's very important to take care of them, to wrap them at night in silk and put them in a box, not to be played with by other people in your household. You will, I think, if you treat them well and they speak to you, gain a great deal out of a tarot deck.
Okay, so there you have it. So what is tarot reading? But we shall have the exact and more Filipinized version by having our interviewee today. So
Yes.
Arlene, I'll give you the screen to present and do the interview. Take it away.
Thank you, Rolly. You know, tarot reading is something that has been here for the longest time. There was a scholarly research that came out that way back the 1500, it was actually a game called tarotchi. Now that was a game by the very wealthy, and it was only during the 1800s, according to the reading, that it was used to interpret spiritual divination. Now, going through it again, I understand based on the reading that there's even a school for tarot reading. And for you to be really good at it, there are certain layers of the system that one has to learn. From Kabbalah, Tree of Life, color scales, Hebrew letters, numerology, and so on and so forth. And the more layers that you learn, the deeper the knowledge and insight about the tarot reader. So our guest is actually from the Philippine Tarot Authority. He is the best and the leading tarot reader in the Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have and give a warm welcome to Mr. Robert Rubin.
I think you mean Robert Rubin, not Robin.
Sorry.
Okay, a lot of people made that mistake. Honored to be here, Arlene. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? You know, it's so nice for you to guest our show today.
It's always an honor to help VH1 Radio. They've done a lot of good things for me. It's always a pleasure for me to give back.
Yes, I was doing a lot of reading. Yun nga eh, yung brief ko nga, I did that. And, you know, looking at it and having learned that, you know, you have to really understand the layers of the system now. For you to be the best and be the leading, I know you've went through a lot of experience, all of this, and the accuracy and the positivity that you get from your customer is something really overwhelming and really, really very amazing. That's why they call you the best and the leading. Now, in your perspective, what is really tarot reading?
Well, tarot is a form of guidance. Okay, it's a form of divination, but people tend to miss out on the fact that there's so much more to the tarot than just fortune telling. All right. A couple years ago, let's say 20 years ago, when you think of tarot cards, what comes to mind? Pahula, fortune telling, right? But that's such a shallow layer of what the tarot can do. The tarot is a multifaceted tool that can help you provoke thought. It can be used for creativity. It can be used for therapy. It can be used for meditation. It can be used for inspiration. In other words, fortune telling or divination in itself is only one of the many aspects of what tarot can do. Now, a lot of people before want to have readings because they want to know what's going to happen in their future. They want to know, oh, is this going to happen? Is this person going to fall in love with me? Am I going to get this job? But part of our advocacy in Mysterium Philippines is that we always tell our clients that no reading is ever set in stone. And if it's anything that I want the viewers to take away from today, it's that no matter who's reading for you, be it me or be it somebody on the streets, no reading is ever set in stone. I've read the tarot for 24 years, okay? And based upon my experiences, both giving and the readings, I've discovered that there's no reading that exists that cannot be changed. Example, Arlene, if I tell you that next week, no matter what you do, you're going to go to, let's say, Parañaque, and you're going to get COVID, and it's set in stone, that no matter what you do, you will go to Parañaque and you'll get COVID. Then what will you do? You'll simply say, I won't go to Parañaque, di ba? I'll stay locked in my house for the next week so that I don't catch COVID. And that actually shows to us the power of choice within the clients. When people come to me for readings, I don't like to condemn or force any fate upon them. I tell them three things. I tell them where they've been, because we can't choose that. We can't change that. Where they are, because we also cannot change that. And where they could be going. I show them their trajectory, but their end result and their end destination is always up to them.
Very interesting. And still, you can see that there's power of choice, and that at the end of any reading, it's really up to your customer whether they'll embrace it or not.
Exactly.
Now, yeah, how did you said 24 years? So batang-bata ka pa noon,
Yeah.
when you started it. So how did you get into this?
Well, it's actually a funny story because I was 14 years old when I got my first tarot deck. I used to live in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I always had a fascination with everything supernatural. And quite frankly, the tarot is a very important aspect of any esoteric, intuitive practice. So there used to be this bookstore that I used to frequent called the Psychic Eye Bookshop in the Bay Area. And every now and then they would host these small psychic fairs within their shop. People could sit down, have readings and stuff. So at the age of 14, for the viewers who don't know, if you're in America, those are the worst years of your life. Why? Because you're too young to work, but your parents don't really want to give you money anymore. So you're kind of stuck in between, you know what I mean? Minimum working age, if I don't remember, for McDonald's is 16 years old. So you do a lot of window shopping at the age of 14. So I would go to this bookstore regularly, and I would look at the books because I couldn't afford them. They were expensive then, they're expensive now. Then one day, I noticed that there was a small pop-up booth of people doing different services, palm readings, tarot readings. And it caught my attention. They were all there, set up. So I approached from all of them an older-looking man. He looked like late 50s. And I said, "Sir, are those the tarot cards?" I even said it with the unsilent T. And he looked at me, corrected me, and he said, "You mean tarot?" I said, "Yes, okay, tarot cards. Are those the tarot cards?" And he said, "Well, yes, they are. Why do you ask?" And I was a kid, so I tried my luck. And I said, "Can you teach me how to read this?" He gave me a funny look, and he reached under his table, I think it was in his bag, and he pulled out an old deck, and he handed it to me. And I said, "Oh, sir, but I don't have any money. I can't afford this." And he said, "Oh, no, you can have it." So I was like, "Wow, ang galing. I got a free deck." And then I said, "Oh, so what do I do now?"
Yeah.
Then he said to me, that's your journey. Excuse me, I have to read for someone. I didn't even get the guy's name. So to keep testing my luck, I just took the deck and I silently walked out because I didn't want the shop to charge me for the deck. And ever since then, that's how the tarot walked into my life. And it was the only thing I brought with me when I came back to the Philippines. So it's been part and parcel of who I am.
Wow. It's really for you then.
Yes.
It was given to you.
I like to believe so.
Yeah. What unique experiences have you had when, during your practice, especially then and now?
It changed my life as a whole. Quite frankly, a lot of people are caught in rat races. Now, what is the rat race? Robert Kiyosaki would say a rat race is basically the never-ending cycle of you waking up, go to work, go home. Waking up, go to work, go home. And you don't even like your job half the time. That would have happened to me if it wasn't for the tarot. But the thing is, tarot has given me jobs. I've gotten jobs, well-paying jobs because of it. I've made a lot of good friends. I even met my wife because of the tarot. Okay, she was my client before she was my wife. Okay, I've read for personal heroes of mine. Like, I'm an MMA fan. I actually read for my favorite MMA fighter. I have helped a lot of people get out of ugly positions in their life. But the most meaningful thing that I've ever gotten from the reading is giving people hope. Okay, when I see that people have hope, when I see that people feel that they've gotten peace of mind and clarity, then I've done a good job. Especially now, during this COVID era. I mean, you'd have so many people who are going to tell you, "Oh no, it's only going to get worse. This is bad. We're going to go bankrupt." We know that. You understand? What we need right now as readers is to give hope, because I guarantee you, eventually COVID will end. Okay? It's inevitable. Either we're going to get herd mentality or we're going to get a vaccine, but it will end. Okay? The question is, how many of us are going to have the fortitude to survive that long? And as a reader, that's one of the things that I want to share with the people I read for. I want to give them hope. And if I give them hope, if I see them smiling, if they've been empowered, if they have clarity and peace of mind, I've done my job.
That is something nice, no? And hope is something really that a lot of people, a lot of us really need to have in this year and months that we're experiencing the pandemic. We really need to get hope. Now, where they get that is another story. Now, what is the status of tarot reading in the Philippines?
I'd
If I
like to
may ask.
say, okay, I'd like to say it has grown leaps and bounds, but it still has its obstacles. I mean, like, if you don't mind me asking, you look like you're 25 years old, Arlene.
I
Okay,
thank you, Robert.
fine. But when you were 15 years old, let's say when you were 10 years old, let's say good 20 years ago. Okay, let's wind back the clock 20 years ago. I'll ask you, if 20 years ago I asked you, Arlene, what do you think about tarot reading? What would have come to your mind?
Actually, during that time, I had tarot reading, to be
But what would have
honest.
come to mind?
Um, Something that would be used to predict and help me with my decisions in the future.
Well, that's good. But most people, what would they think? Ay, Quiapo yan, Con yan, Madam Zelda yan. That's all a circus sideshow, right?
Yeah.
Mysterium Philippines has really worked hard for the past 10 years to redefine the practice of tarot here in the Philippines. It is not something that is work of the devil. It is not something negative. It is something that can be very helpful in letting people grow. And that's part of our advocacy. That's why we have a very strict ethics policy of how we do readings for others. We don't give false hopes, but at the same time, we will not give doom and gloom prediction readings like before. Dati, people would say, I don't want a tarot reading. I don't want to hear anything bad. Well,
Oo,
what makes
ganyan
you, yeah, why?
before.
Exactly, but what makes you think that you're going to hear anything bad? Number two, people would say, isn't that evil or isn't that wrong? It's basically just ink and paper. How can this be evil? How can this be wrong? So nowadays, we have professionalized tarot in a way where people are more open to taking it seriously. Bookstores are holding more tarot decks for sale. More people are open and practicing and saying that they do the tarot. And even outside of the walls of my community, people are picking up decks and learning to read the tarot on their own. Now, I tell them, you want to learn on your own, fine. If you want to learn from the best, you're welcome to come to us. We'd love to have you.
So are you doing do you teach?
Yes, we do.
Also, because like I read before that there's a school for tarot. So do we have that in the Philippines?
Yes, we do. Mysterium Philippines offers one of the only 6-week-long certification courses. Basically, Mysterium, that was the very first course that we ever offered in my organization. And what we do is that we give you the foundational practices of the tarot to become a professional tarot consultant. So if you're interested in reading the tarot, you can learn this from anywhere in the world. We've adjusted almost all of our learning modules to be able to do what we call distance learning. Before face-to-face and classes, because we want to get to know our students. But of course, with the pandemic happening, we have to take proper security measures. But we do have a 6-week-long Intro to Tarot certification course, which I personally teach. So in other words, you will all be learning directly from me in order how to read the tarot, and not only that, how to be a professional in tarot. Because we don't like to call ourselves fortune tellers. We call ourselves tarot consultants. We don't like the word manghuhula, okay? We would prefer to be considered a consultant because we want people to take us seriously. We will not attend our sessions wearing a turban and a crystal ball. We will attend our sessions professional looking because we want people to think of it as a professional practice. It's very much like Feng Shui. There are certain Feng Shui masters, like our guest later on, and others within the community that bring a positive name to Feng Shui. There are others, on the other hand, who I will not mention, who make a mockery out of it. You understand? So it's really up to you which kind of a Feng Shui master you'd want to go to. But a lot of business professionals will consult a Feng Shui master. I just hope that they go to the right one, like our guest later on.
You're saying that, no? Is it possible for people to mix two together? Like, I have friends who go to Feng Shui masters and do it, and then they also have their reading.
Definitely,
So,
it's very possible because I don't see them competing in practice. They're actually apples and oranges. In other words, for tarot, because here's the thing: Feng Shui can give you forecasts, but can Feng Shui tell you, does my crush like me? Okay.
yeah.
Diba? It really can't do that, but it can tell you, this is going to be a lucky year for you. This is good for year of the snake, etc., etc. It has its own angle, but I would ultimately endorse the going to both because they both offer their own unique perspectives. One is not greater than the other, but they both have very valuable aspects to take from. Like even I adhere to many Feng Shui principles, and I'll get my annual report as well, and I most likely will get one from our guest later. But at the same time, let's say if a Feng Shui master were to say, I am having problems with my love life, what do I do? The tarot can give you a very clear means of addressing that in an empowering manner. So they're very complementary with each other. It's not an either or kind of thing.
It's good to know. Now I know there's a lot of people, not only in the Philippines, who loves to get their reading. You know, the tarot reading. And now I think we have a special guest that would
Sure.
like to hear a reading from you. If I
Sure.
may call in Miss Rachel Bonus.
Oh, we
She's
have
a
a bonus
staunch,
today.
yeah, bonus, staunch advocate of and a believer of Feng Shui and tarot reading. So Rachel, ano bang gusto mong malaman kay Robin?
Robert.
Okay.
Okay, guys.
Robert.
That's his
Rubin.
last
Yeah,
name.
sorry.
The
Again, sorry.
last name of my favorite author also in Happiness. I don't know if you've
Gretchen
encountered
Rubin,
her.
yes. Thank you.
Yes. 2 books. Okay. Well, so are we gonna begin the
All right.
tarot?
Before we begin, can I just explain to you how this works so that the viewers know?
Okay, please.
All right. So,
Okay.
Rachel, thank you for joining us today. You see, Rachel, when I read for you, I tell you 3 things. I tell you where you've been, where you are, and where you could be going.
Great.
Why do I emphasize on the words where you could be going? Because unlike other readers, I don't want to condemn you to any fate. Okay? In other words, it wouldn't be proper if I told you, Rachel, next month you're gonna go to Boracay tapos mabuntis ka. Kasi kung ganyan, all you have to do is say, I'm not gonna go to Boracay. As I was telling Arlene kanina, in 24 years of reading the tarot, I've never come across a reading that couldn't be changed. And it's my policy to let my clients know that no reader, healer, mystic, fortune teller has the ability to tell you anything is set in stone. Okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to draw 3 cards for you to show me your past, present, and potential future. Then I'm going to let you ask me 2 questions live on the air. Does that work for you?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so let's start off with your past. This shows to us where you've been. And you have the card, the Chariot reversed. I really admire the fact that you've been very patient because there's a big, long-term thing that you've been working on. And although you haven't gotten it in its entirety, you've been getting it bit by bit. Example, let's say your goal was to lose 50 pounds. You haven't lost 50 pounds yet, but you've lost 15. You understand? So this card shows to us, as long as you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to get the results you want. But it's so big of a goal, it's going to come one bit at a time. You understand? So this card shows to me that whatever it is that you've been trying to build up to, you are progressing. Do not stop. Because recently, according to the tarot, you have the Queen of Cups, and it shows to me you need to follow your emotions. You're very empathic, and your relationships matter to you. Okay? So this being said, if you're with people with positive emotional energy, then this will move a lot faster. But if you're with mga nega na toxic na people, it's gonna drain you out, you're gonna absorb it, and then this will slow down. So be very careful who you emotionally connect to. Example, if you have a very toxic brother-in-law, I would recommend you keep away from that brother-in-law for the meantime. Okay, because you want to make this goal a reality. Because your future influences shows to me this: you have the 7 of coins reversed. Now let's be honest. Yes, you're patient, but you will not be patient forever. Okay, so in other words, ask yourself, how can I speed up the process? What more can you do? Because you can't just be sitting around being a lady in waiting. There's a difference between being patient and being taken for granted. And especially with this goal, you really want to see it through to fruition. Okay? So I'll just draw one more context card to see how all of this will turn out. Here's the only kicker. Do not stress things. Stop thinking about it late at night. Okay? This goal of yours is giving you sleepless nights. You cannot solve anything at 3 in the morning. Just let it go and let the universe do what it has to do. You will get the result that you want to get. Okay.
When?
Oh, soon enough, very, very soon. But don't stress it. I told you, because stress is fear, and fear manifests negatively. Now you can have
Yun pa lang nasistress.
now you can ask me 2 questions about anything you'd want. Just remember, no dates of death and no lottery numbers, ma'am.
Okay. So that particular goal, I do have this huge goal of really, because I believe that, well, I can work at it, but it has to be up and about already, not to work at it and forever starting. But that's something until I'm 70, because it never stops, that particular industry. But the thing is, it's hard because it's not out there.
Of course.
Parang it's bits and pieces of that whole. It's existing in bits and pieces, but no one is putting it together. And I don't think I'm the most brilliant person So parang feeling ko, why is it not happening?
So in
But
other words, you want to assemble it all into one cohesive unit, right?
yes,
And
yeah,
your question is, would you want to know why, or would you want to know how to assemble it into one cohesive unit? Because
yeah.
the why
How?
won't empower you. The how will give you something to work with.
Yes, how? Because um, I see, because I keep meeting people for
Mhm.
this, and parang it's just a slow thing. We're not even in the design stage, but these people are smart and they get it, but it's just
Okay.
not there.
I've got good news for you and I've got bad news. Okay. You want the bad news first so we can focus on the good news last?
Yes, bad
Okay.
news first.
The bad news is the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And that's your problem.
Uh,
You keep doing it the old way. Okay. So, in other words, this card shows to me that with the way you're approaching this, in a time of email, you're still sending handwritten letters to people. So it's like, come on, Rachel,
mm,
let's get with the times. Let's use this email. So let's upgrade what we're doing. The universe is asking you to be a bit more, not reckless, but a little more adventurous with this because there's really a lot of room to grow from this. And I actually see you're going to manifest what you want. Now, here's the thing though, okay? I have this saying that I say to my clients all the time that is, if you are the best chef in the Philippines, you have zero right to run your own restaurant. Why? Do you know why?
complacency?
No,
No,
because if
I
you're
don't.
the best chef in the Philippines, you should be in the kitchen. Let someone else run the restaurant. That's the thing. You're trying to do everything yourself, that you're like an octopus on roller skates. You're going nowhere fast. So you need to turn this into, instead of it being an independent effort of all you, make it a team effort. Be willing to pay, be willing to collaborate, be willing to cooperate, and this will start moving. Okay, so because example, if you're a writer, just write. Don't worry about the editing. Don't worry about the layout. Don't worry about the book design. Somebody else can do that. Where your aces are is the writing. If you try to do all of that, your book will not ever be finished. It's the same thing here. Focus on what you're best at and admit the ignorance of what you're not good at and seek the proper help. If you make this a team effort and stop doing it all by yourself, I guarantee you success.
Okay.
Wow. Wow.
It makes me wonder, what is this goal of yours?
It's disruptive,
Hmm.
and but the thing is, that's the thing. I'm not the techie.
Hmm.
Just like how just like how Uber came about. He's not a
Uh-huh.
techie, but
Yeah.
it happened, and so did Airbnb. So it's kind of that scale, but it's cross border. That's why.
So, in this particular segment, Robert, hindi lang si Rachel that you learn from you eh. Even me, I was able to pick up some words of wisdom from you kahit siya yung binabasahan mo. No, and
Very
I
good.
know that a lot of people also had learnings from that particular reading. So there's one last question that we have to ask. I know you've mentioned this before that you went into digital na, especially in this pandemic scenario. What we think we need to find out is that where are you now during this, when you roll out from being physical and you went into digital teaching, and what is the relevance now of your industry in the new normal?
Well, imagine how many people out there need clarity. Imagine how many people out there are scared, lost, and they need peace of mind. But here's the best thing about it, especially with Mysterium, my company. Imagine how many people feel alone. You see, I like to tell people about my community, Mysterium Philippines. We are not an educational institution. We are a community with an educational arm. So basically, people take our classes to meet other people who are like them and to learn together. Dati, we used to be just all about teaching. But we found out that our strength was really about community building. And the biggest problem people are dealing with right now is isolation. So with regards to what we're teaching in Mysterium, we connect people together. We make them grow. We make them learn. We build friendships. This is the best we can do for now. And when the crisis is over, we're going to bring these people together. We're going to work on developing communities all throughout Metro Manila and probably within the country. We're going to start the healing, the rebuilding. We're going to start doing tarot fundraisers. We want to bring hope back to the table. Okay. But at the same time, we want to tell people the reality of it. Like, I'm not going to lie to people on camera and say, no, this is going to be the best year 2020 for Filipinos. That's bull. Okay. I'm going to say this is going to be difficult for us, but this is going to make us stronger. And that if they ask for help, help will be there. And that they're not alone. So we've had a lot of people joining the Mysterium community recently that would never have joined if all the classes were face-to-face. We have people from Cebu, we have people from the States, we have people from Parañaque, that before layo ang Katipunan, we don't want to go there. We were forced to evolve into an online community, but it's still within our dream set that once this is done, we want to bring people together in person. You understand? Because that's what a community is all about. So putting it all together, it's really about building relationships. If we're doing that, we're doing a good job.
Wow. So if there would be people out there listening and would still want to join, these classes, you may want to invite them.
Yeah,
Robert.
feel free to like and follow our fan page on Facebook, facebook.com/Mysterium Philippines. We actively list all opening online classes. For the record, we also do tarot readings online, and all of our classes until the pandemic is over will be online. So this is a good way for you to learn, communicate, and to connect with people anywhere around the world. Okay,
So-
our sessions are weekly,
sorry,
but
go ahead.
at the same time, they're also very lax in time schedule. You were going to ask something?
Yeah, if people wanted to reach out to you and have their tarot read to them as well, how can they get in touch with you?
Yes, they can go to my fan page, Rob Rubin Readings, or I don't know if we're going to put the number here, but we can put it later on. They can contact the Mysterium line for an appointment.
All right. Rolly, you're back.
Hi. So I would like to connect Rachel to Robert. No? Rachel, what's your reaction to what Robert did say to you?
Oh, exciting. Yeah, because I've just been manifesting, and it's good that there's some kind of affirmation. Even I know it's not set in stone and things can change, but maybe because I'm manifesting it, that's why it's coming out also. The vibe, the energy.
Okay, so don't overthink about it, sabi niya, di ba? Okay, so if you want to
Yeah.
continue that, do it on the side already, and then you can reach out to Rob through Mysterium
Yeah.
Philippines Facebook page. Okay. So thank you very much, Rob, and syempre Rachel for being a sport and for that very informative and
Thank
experiential
you.
interview.
Honorable
Okay.
Roman.
Thank you, Robert. Thank
Uh,
you, Rachel.
Thank
di ba
you,
sabi,
Arlene and Raleigh.
yeah,
And
sabi
Robert, of
natin,
course.
people may or may not seek tarot card for review and checking purpose as applied in their personal or business life because the challenge is really to decide is on them whether to believe or not. So in the meantime, we will pause for a break as we shall hear the other tool. This time, ano to? Feng Shui. Tama ba pronunciation ko? When we return after this message from our program partner.
We'll be back shortly. This is Two for the Road. Two for the Road. Only here on V81 Radio Worldwide. The program that is a call for the times during this 21st century pandemic, seeing breakthrough beyond horizons. This is Two for the Road. Challenges are usually solved and stepped up to as partners know the worth and value of being two for the road. Join the global business and transformation mentor Rolly Pagaspas and the global marketing leader Bingo Matta as they discuss collaborations in the program that pivots on partnerships. This is Two for the Road every Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Philippine time. Only here on V81 Radio Worldwide. Connected ka na ba para laging updated sa mga bagong shows, promos, trending news, viral videos, events, o patok na OPM hits? Just follow us on Facebook. Simple lang. I-type lang ang letter V81 Radio. O, di ba madali lang? Kaya i-like at i-follow na. Now back to Two for the Road. Two for the Road. Only here on V81 Radio Worldwide.
Okay, so we're back. Okay, and we shall hear the other tool for prediction in our next feature, this segment. So can we have this video play of the art and science of Feng Shui, please?
Most of you have heard of Feng Shui, which translates into wind and water respectively. But it might surprise you to know that traditional Feng Shui is actually considered by many to not only be an art, but also a science. Feng Shui originated in China and has roots going back 3,000 years. The ancient Chinese believed that specific land's energy could either make or break the kingdom. Perhaps one of the greatest examples of how seriously the Chinese take Feng Shui is the Terracotta Army created by the first Chinese emperor in 200 BCE. This army was put there by the first emperor to protect his tomb after he died and to represent bravery and valor. We take the same idea and we bring it into your homes. What do you want to experience in your home? Peace, tranquility, serenity? This is the purpose of Feng Shui, to use the elements to achieve balance while bringing all of these qualities into your home and ultimately into your life. Today in the West, there are a number of different types of Feng Shui, but the Feng Shui we are talking about is classic or traditional Feng Shui. There's a sophisticated number system involved, and in order to have any type of real understanding, a Feng Shui consultant must go through at least 50 hours of training or more. An expert Feng Shui teacher has thousands of hours of education and will teach the student how to remedy any challenges that may exist in the living and work spaces. Once people are introduced to classic Feng Shui, they quickly see the value, and many people won't make a decision about what house to buy until they have a trained Feng Shui consultant come to the property and calculate what type of home it is. For more Wellness for Realists, be sure to subscribe to us at empowerme.tv. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and you can find me at acupuncturebychristian.com.
Okay, so thank you very much, Empower TV, for sharing the video. And then, okay, Bingo, please lead on the interview for this other prediction tool, the Feng Shui. Take it away,
Okay, thank you,
Bingo.
Partner Rolly. So, to our dear listeners and viewers, alam po natin na ang Feng Shui or sabi ng iba, Feng Shui, marami na matagal nang tinapractice dito sa ating bansa. Marami nang naniniwala, pero hindi nila alam sino yung kakausapin nila, hindi nila alam sino yung tama ba yung prediction, tama ba yung application. Because there's a lot of influences, because this is originated from the Chinese, and alam natin na we are greatly influenced by the Chinese. Our next guest is ang tinatawag ngayon na pambansang Feng Shui ng Pilipinas, and he's been practicing Feng Shui since 1988. So 32 years na po siya ka-practice. May we call on Master Aldric Dalumpines, or should we call Master Aldric?
Hi, good afternoon, everybody, and hopefully everybody's safe at home listening now. Okay.
Thank you, Master Aldric. Maraming salamat at napaunlakan niyo yung aming paanyaya dito sa Two for the Road. First and foremost, I'd like to ask, what is, ano ba tamang pronunciation? Feng Shui, Feng Shui, ano ba ang tama?
Maraming pronunciation ng Feng Shui. There are many pronunciations depending on the dialect. No, in China, in Mandarin, it's Feng Shui. No,
okay.
In Hokkien, it's Hung Sui. In Tagalog, it's Feng Shui. In Korea, it's Feng Su. Okay. In Japan, it's Hoigaku. Okay. In India, it's Vastu. That's why when I have an Indian client, I always ridicule him. Bastusan na tayo. Okay.
So tama pala lahat to, no? Yung Feng Shui, Feng Shui depends on the dialect.
Yeah.
What is?
I just have to,
yes.
interject. There's a clear misconception as a predicate to our discussion. Feng Shui is not a prediction tool. Okay, Feng Shui is a management tool for decision making and problem solving, as applied to business.
As what the video showed, it's both a combination of art and science. Tama ba?
Yes, the science is constant, clear-cut of body of knowledge that's verifiable. The art comes in on who the Feng Shui expert is, the art of applying it.
Okay. According to you, Master Aldric, what is Feng Shui in your perspective, and why do you think it is very essential in partnership? Since we are on the show na Two for the Road, and we're talking more about partnership, why do you think it's essential?
Uh, it's essential because Feng Shui is actually the science of human life energy management. The bottom line of Feng Shui is really physical and mental fitness. Some even include the spiritual dimension. But the bottom line of Feng Shui is when you're physically fit, you're mentally alert, and any opportunity or problems that comes your way, your reaction time, that's the key word, the key phrase, reaction time is faster. And in business, when you're nimble and quick, like little Jack in our nursery rhyme, Jack be nimble and Jack be quick, you make profits faster. Okay?
Okay.
So you progress faster.
Uh, how did you how did you get into this? Paano kayo nag-start? Like 32 years ago you started, but what made you decide to start
You were in real estate. You're familiar with Asia World
Yes.
along the coastal area in Manila Bay. I
Yeah.
used to head the marketing and planning of that when it was still Halik Alon. I was involved in National Development Company. We took over the Cuenca Group to develop that land, and it is labeled as the Forbes Park of the Divisoria Binondo Chinatown, aside from the normal Dasma and Forbes Park. Okay, so the tycoons were there, the Sardines King were there, Electronics King. They all went into Feng Shui. And I was the marketing head in charge of all the brokers. Unfortunately, when Ninoy Aquino was assassinated in 1983, all the Chinese used Feng Shui as an excuse to withdraw their investments. Okay? So I reported back to our boss, no?
Okay. Uh-huh.
And our boss were all Harvard, Stanford, and the big boss was Bobby Ongpin.
Uh-huh.
So my memo came back, no ifs and buts. You know how Harvard guys are. They play
Yes.
God. No excuses. Just do it. So with the marginal doubt, I was given a cross consultancy assignment to learn Feng Shui. Okay, so I got involved with a group of, I don't know if you're popular with Singya Toppings. It's the top fast food, Chinese fast food before. They used Feng Shui in their corporate planning. Okay, so the owners, Larry Gutuaco and Pat,
Yeah.
whose partner was the former DFA Secretary, Ambassador de Rosario, they're of
Yes.
the Feng Shui genre of MVP and the rest, no,
Yeah.
in the insurance field. So Pat taught me the rudiments, no. Pat Soon Gutuaco was the daughter of the Chinese ambassador to Taiwan then, Mr. Soon. Okay, so she learned Feng Shui in Taiwan. And she shared to me the success. So while we were doing core plan for the restaurant, I got exposed to the rudiments. I fetched the monks who do Feng Shui from the temple. You know these Shaolin-looking monks, like me
Uh-huh.
now, bald. They're, you'll be surprised, Bingo. They're not male. They're female.
Oh
They're
yeah.
actually nuns. And
Uh-huh.
they're good at Feng Shui. Okay, so I work with them, how they situate the kitchen, and you see the lines of Singya topping before was all around Park Square, you know, in
Yeah.
Makati. So later on, EDSA revolution came, and there was a great master in Chinatown who came out. His fame stemmed from the fact that he was the one who helped uh, the mutinous group of Enrile and Ramos win over the dictatorship then. No, how he was given a list of the birthdays of all armed forces generals to choose who will join
Oh,
and
wow.
relay.
So,
And
application din
he
ng Feng
chose
Shui.
the right general. It
Yeah.
was Ramos. Okay?
Uh-huh.
So he rose to fame in Binondo. His name is Professor Charlie Chow. Okay? He's one of the best and authentic Feng Shui masters in Asia. Okay.
Narinig
So
ko yan.
from there, we got together since he conducted the geomancy or Feng Shui seminars. I became one of his ardent quote-unquote apprentices and a scholar. But with my previous knowledge, it was easy to connect the dots. And so it propelled me further in learning about the craft. Okay.
So, ikaw pala, Master Aldric, you were trained by the best and now you're the best. That's why...
Well, modesty aside, but I would still humbly submit to my teacher.
Natatandaan ko, I've been with real estate companies and I've been working with tycoons. And normally, when we pick up at dates like kailan yung launching, kailan yung opening, kailan yung gagawin yung groundbreaking,
Yes.
it's
There,
it's kind of challenging kasi pag may naset na kaming date sa marketing, all of a sudden that tycoon will tell us, oops, that is not
Yes.
according to the Feng Shui calendar. So every time we have events or planning, ini-incorporate na naman namin yung konting knowledge about Feng Shui. That's just like
all of these are based on timing, the
Yes.
timing of the cycle of energy that brings luck. You
Yes.
see, the word luck in Feng Shui is just a byproduct. Okay. When you're able to reach your goals faster as a human being or your dreams, it's called prosperity, right? And when you prosper, when you look at yourself in the mirror and others look at you, of course, the benefits are material. When you prosper, you start buying a new car, a new house, all the material accoutrements, no? And people will say, you're lucky. But do you know, Bingo, where the word luck comes from? It comes from a Freeport Island, panahon pa ni Magellan and Christopher Columbus, off the coast of Sicily. It's called Lokia. Okay? And Lokia is a tax-free haven such that merchants like to live there because they go ahead compared to other merchants because they're tax-free. So mas marami silang nasi-save and invest. Okay? They propel their wealth faster. So the adjective came about. How lucky can you get? Meaning, as if you live in Lokia. So Italian names like Lucio. Lucio Tan means lucky Tan. Okay?
Okay.
So that's how luck is. It's no big deal. Okay.
So there's really something on the name, no? Pwede, like, ako, kukonsultahin kita later on or the next few days. Like,
Okay.
I've been using now Bingo Matta, so probably you have something to say about the thing that I'm using now.
Especially you have political plans. Well, let me share with you one Feng Shui encounter with an ordinary housewife. Okay. And she didn't expect it that one day told her you'll enter politics. And she almost became president. Her name is Grace Poe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what do you think now, Master Aldric, is the status of the Feng Shui industry in the Philippines, especially nowadays?
Just like a third world country, we're a laggard. In first world countries, Feng Shui is already a cut and dried profession, like an accountant, a doctor. They hold their offices. Here, very difficult. Why? Because of one Filipino trait. They attend the seminar. They're just only 1 or 2 days into the seminar. They already advertise themselves as experts. Okay? And start doing fraud Feng Shui in their neighborhood. Okay? So that's very, but it won't prosper that way because the ethics of Feng Shui is based on the laws of karma. Okay? A real good master will not teach any rinky-dinky student to do anything in his name because of karma. what that student does will come back to you. You'll be responsible. So if that student, let's say, Feng Shui is a factory and that factory burns down, sooner or later, in your life, you will encounter the same penalty, no? Full circle, karma.
Yeah.
Okay, so it will be difficult for Feng Shui to prosper here. Mind you, a classic example is one who pretended to be a Feng Shui expert. Wow, very popular every day on TV with the broadcast network. Look, he's gone together with the broadcast network.
Yeah.
Why? What's the basis? Fraud. Okay. So
I think I know that person, but I won't mention his name.
very dishonorable. I
Yeah.
pity the Filipino people. Okay.
Yeah, so kailangan talaga in-depth study, no? Not everyone can be called a master.
It's like
That person.
it's like medicine. Feng Shui is like medicine. But this time you not heal only the person but the place in consonance with the place. No? The flow of energy. No different from acupuncture. No different from massage and chiropractic. Yeah. So that's how it is. Your flow of human, but the bottom line is just perfect physical fitness and mental alertness, reaction time.
Okay. Master Aldric, let's call in again Miss Rachel Bonus. She'll be joining us and probably
Sure.
make some Feng Shui applications on her. Rachel, may we invite you to join us?
Hi there. Hi, Master
Hi,
Albert
Rachel.
and
Good afternoon.
our host, Bingo. Hello. Yeah, so should we start with my birthday? Ganun ba? This is this how it
Yes,
works?
yes. All Feng
Okay.
Shui starts with your natal day, particularly month, day, and year. No?
Okay.
A more sophisticated calculation, but it will be tedious, includes the time. No?
Yeah, I
But
know my time.
normally, that's used only for burial. Okay. So,
Okay. So I was born February 2, 1969. Morning.
February 2. You have the same birthday as my wife. Okay.
Oh,
Uh,
Candelaria. Ang bait, di
So
ba?
that's where you also have to be in Feng Shui. You have to filter all inputs in your surroundings, especially Filipino culture, because Filipino culture has a lot of superstitions and myths, like malas ang pagong, di ba, yung mga ganon. And they say February 2, kulang-kulang ka. Okay, no? So that's just a joke. But February 2, that means you haven't entered the Feng Shui cut-off period.
Yes, I'm
Feng Shui calendar year always starts on the first day of spring, which is fixed. This is February 4. So that means
but
you were
sometimes
born
even
you were
hindi
born
ba?
1969.
Yes,
That means
ano,
you step backward 1 year. You
monkey
still
pa
belong
ako.
to the year of the monkey, not
Yeah.
rooster.
Yeah,
So,
I'm a wooden monkey.
no, that's again another falsity prevailed in internet and horoscope
Walang
reading.
ganyan-ganyan?
No. You read right, but it's wrong what you read. You're equal to 1968.
Yeah.
You're an earth monkey, not wood.
Earth.
You see, you have to
Oh.
be careful about these things. These are what you call marketing full strategies in the internet or in published materials of Feng Shui to draw you to the source to consult. Because once you
Okay.
follow what they write, you'll encounter misfortune. It's a booby trap. It's a catch-22. Okay?
Okay.
So that's where you separate the chaff from the grain. So you're an earth monkey. If you think you're wood, you will think you'll prosper in anything wooden, anything related to wood material or element. That's what you call your Feng Shui element. But in reality, you're an earth monkey. You will get rich in real estate. You tandem with Bingo. Okay?
O bingo ako daw ang swerte sa real estate.
That's where also
Ayan.
in relation to our topic for today, where partnerships come in to play in Feng Shui. You choose your partner based on your element. Okay? When you have the same element, you're magka-vibes. Okay? You'll prosper in the same field. So, let's say, this is just a sample. Bingo, what's your birthday?
Magkakabisto na edad dito. May 23, 1971.
71. So, your year of the pig, no? But you're also an earth pig. So, you made good in real estate. You're an earth monkey. Together, you can make good business together in real estate, in fields relating to the earth. It can even be farming, agribusiness, because it uses the produce of the earth. So that's how Feng Shui can be. That's where Feng Shui can be an aid to business decision making, choosing a partner.
How about the gasoline or the
gasoline? Earth, okay. Gasoline is considered metal, okay, not water. Okay. Some even considered it fire, considers gasoline as fire. But because of the nature of the production, it's really metal. The gasoline pumps, I do a lot of gas stations, they're considered as metal. Now, in the relationship of elements, like both of you are earth, in reality, earth produces metal. Under the earth are the gold mines and other minerals, right? So you're compatible with metal. It's good for you to go into gasoline business.
So Rachel, pwede pa
Si Rachel pala, sorry. Okay. So Rachel, you're an earth element. Your element tells you also your lucky color. So
Which
bingo,
is?
you can listen because you have the same lucky color. Your lucky color is the color of earth. Okay?
Hi, brown.
Now, earth in China, the soil in China is yellow. That's why the river, the Pasig River is yellow river. Kasi the soil is color yellow. When the floods come in, the color comes out. That's why they're also called yellow people. Diba? Why? Because the dust of the earth in China is yellow, just like pulbos or powder, it goes to their face, it becomes yellow. Okay? So, they become colored. Okay? So, that's your lucky color. Now, what's the relevance of your lucky color? In business, you can use this for your corporate identity program. Okay? How? The design of your logo, the interiors of your business office, the design of your product packaging, the design of your office uniforms and delivery trucks, all graphics, and even billboards. That's the whole. Why? Because in that color brings you harmony and ease. No, it energizes you, brings you luck at the end of the day.
Compatible ba ako sa 1964 as
A
business
dragon,
partner?
yes, because you
A
are.
dragon? Parang
Yeah.
rabbit siya.
Oh well, depends on the month. If the cutoff is like you, February 2, February 4.
December.
That's December 1964. He is a wood.
63 pala, 63, sorry.
That's rabbit. If 63, that's rabbit.
Yeah.
Now, rabbit and monkey, you're compatible, and you just have to live with one reality in Feng Shui, because Feng Shui has already stereotyped certain signs. Rabbit is playboy. I don't know if your question is compatibility in love or in business. Okay?
Business, pero tama. Playboy nga siya.
If you're gonna do business with rabbit, set up a bar, okay? A KTV bar, okay? An entertainment business, okay? That's where Feng Shui can help in decision making. Okay. Okay. So,
medyo electronic yung gusto namin i-set up eh.
that's
Digital.
metal. If you take the lead, that's also where between partners, based on your elements, you can take care of the operations, the hardware, because it's all metal, electronic is metal. You can be in charge of it. He can take care of the paperwork, the BPO, the accounting, finance, ministerial reporting, or even marketing, because marketing is dealing with contracts, paper. Paper is a wood element factor. He's wood because pulp and paper comes from wood. Okay, so that's where you ascertain your compatibility to whatever business you decide to join in and partners to collaborate with.
Galing na advice niya, no? Ni Master Aldric, no? Talagang,
If there's such thing like you're compatible with rabbit, there are people you have to avoid also because they're jinx. Okay, so
What?
might as well complete the whole picture, yin and yang,
Yes.
positive and negative. On the
Yes,
negative
I
side,
believe that eh. Parang merong mabigat, di ba?
oh, meron. Lalo na kung 250 pounds siya. Okay.
Yes, that's true. Ganyan
Si
ang ex
Rolly.
ko.
Rolly, ano na, wait mo. Okay. Anyway, for monkey, you should avoid tiger. Here's the rule, cut and dried rule in choosing partners on whom to avoid and whom to partner with. First, on whom to avoid your own sign. So never partner with monkey. Mag-uungguyan lang kayo. Okay? Monkey to monkey. There's an exception though. You can partner with monkey provided you are three. Three of a sign together create luck and harmony and progress. Okay? So that's one rule. Second rule is never partner with the opposite nemesis or enemy sign in the Chinese zodiac. For monkey, your enemy sign is tiger. So never ever partner with tiger. And this, when we speak of partnerships in business, every partner is one of your stakeholders, right? It does not limit itself to your partner in the corporate form, in the SEC, or in the partnership form. It goes beyond. Your driver, your employees are your stakeholder partners. So when you hire people, you have to be careful also not to hire tigers. They will just be a jinx to you and headache. Okay. Now, also in doing business with others. So, like you, your monkey, if you see that your prospect is tiger, if you're able to source the birthday and determine he or she is tiger, don't waste your time. You might even just lose money. Okay, so that's how it is. The dynamics of feng shui. Now, who to partner with? The best partner to get is anybody 3 years apart from your birthday, from your birthday year. So, like for monkey, example of monkey, 1968, 3 years apart is 69, 70. Pig. You can partner with the year of the pig.
So I'm considered 68 based on Chinese calendar.
Yeah, because
Even
of
if
the
I'm
cutoff.
69.
First day of spring, February 4.
Okay. Sige. So
Now,
ang
there are
nine,
certain traits. When you choose partners, you should know yourself and know your partner. For you, your monkey will never be satisfied with something singular. You're only satisfied with some things. Okay? Always plural. Okay? If your partner gives you one banana as profit, that cannot be. You deserve the whole bunch. Okay? That's what you want normally for monkey. So that's how the dynamics can be also. Okay.
with a rooster, a
Ah,
February born rooster.
that's a unique, in Feng Shui, may mga so-called unique circumstances, or in layman's terms, hugot. Your monkey, if you partner with rooster, you make big money together. A classic example would be like Grace Poe is monkey. She chose as vice president partner, she's Escudero. They made big money together even if they lost. Okay?
Oo, yun ang importante.
Oo. No,
Ang galing.
tao, but in relation to your you talked about dreams earlier. And normally, if you're a businessman, you have to quantify your dreams. Your dreams must be the bottom line in pesos and centavos or dollars, right?
10
So
billion.
you have to be specific about your dream. But Feng Shui is not about predicting the future. It is about creating your future. Okay? Creating your dream.
Okay.
Ang galing, Rachel, no? Ang dami nating natutunan. I'm sure even our listeners and viewers learned a lot from Master Aldric. Master Aldric,
Yes.
what were the contingency measures you adopted during the height of this quarantine period? Ano yung mga naging adjustment mo from March up to this time because it's pandemic?
Okay. The best thing is Feng Shui is about luck in the home, health in the home, prosperity, and happiness. So there's only two words as mantra for these times. Stay home, okay? So to be safe, because you can never know where the virus is coming from, okay?
Unseen
Outside.
enemy, sabi nga. Yeah.
Oh, it's an unseen enemy. But the best is to adapt. So I've gone online in terms of my Feng Shui consultancies, and it was better because this time my clients widened in geographic scope, even from the States and other countries.
Yes, by the way, Master Aldric, since you mentioned that, I'm sure marami may gusto magkunin yung consultation services now. How they will get engaged with you, where they can contact you. They have a Facebook page or any details that you can give us so that our viewers...
Well, as I learned in the past 5 months at home, the mantra is PM is the key. Okay? So, online. Okay, so you can add me in my Facebook page, Masters Aldric Luck, and you can PM me there.
Masters Aldric. Okay.
May S
Thank
yung
you.
master?
May S yung Masters. Actually, I must confess, it was a typo error. But I cannot edit it anymore. Matanda na lolo niya, hindi teki.
Okay.
Hi, Rolly.
Hi. Oh, sasagutin ko yung tanong ni Aldric. I'm 230 pounds.
At 250, sabi ko. Tumawad ka pa.
Pumayat na ako ng konti.
Okay na.
I'm doing
Senior
my
citizen
exercise.
discount.
Okay. What's your message for me? I'm looking forward to hear something from you.
You're a dragon, I remember. That's why you're good
Dragon.
partners with Monkey and even with
Sino
ano,
monkey? Sino
Ako.
monkey? Si Rachel?
si
Okay.
Rachel. Si Pig, no?
Yes.
Si Bingo.
So, si Rachel and Bingo are good partners.
Okay.
And Rachel and... So, the center of Feng Shui gravity in your partnership is Rachel. Because she
Okay.
can bridge both of you. Okay.
Okay. Naku, Rachel, you've got to be with us and the Charles. Charles, yung ating bala, kaya natin include pala si Rachel.
Yes.
So that
The lucky.
You see,
You're so lucky, Rachel.
you see, your question brought about another facet of learning in partnership. The dynamics of partnership using Feng Shui.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I believe that. That I believe talaga.
Okay.
Now, you can also determine based on that, pwedeng maging point person nyo or wingman or wing person when it comes to business presentation is Rachel. Okay. When it comes to after sales management, it's Year of the Pig. It's
Sabi ko na nga
Bingo.
ba si
Okay.
Bingo.
When it comes to
Okay.
dealing with regulatory bodies, it's the Dragon.
So wag na swak kami ni Rachel doon. Di ba, Rachel, we just talk about it last night, di ba?
Yeah.
Regulatory bodies and then presentation. Okay, it's okay.
You're lucky with Rachel. You're extremely lucky with Rachel. Why? Monkey is an excellent negotiator.
Okay. Very good. Sige, we will take that into very high consideration. High, no? Okay, Bingo, talaga, kami ni Bingo, mag-uusap kami right after this because we've got another endeavor coming up.
Don't open on Ghost Month. The topic is Ghost Month. If you have an
Oh,
endeavor, it's August
Bingo,
19
sabi ko sa iyo
to
eh.
16, Ghost Month.
When is the last day of the Ghost Month?
Our last day is 16.
Oo.
September 16.
Oo.
Yeah, di ba sabi mo gusto mo mag-open ng August 22? Hindi nga pwede. But we got to plan already. Oo.
Okay. So be careful during Ghost Month. Okay.
Okay. Anyway, Bingo, we shall finalize our plan siguro by tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, so
That was very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
If you want more tips, just add me on Facebook. And if you want my past tips, you just add in Facebook. You can read all my tips there. Feng Shui University of the Philippines.
Of course, we shall be getting you as partner of the program so that we shall now tell all of our business stakeholders that you should now engage in the Feng Shui activity because it's part of the decision making.
Well,
di ba?
all I can say is giver's gain.
Okay, sige. Okay, thank you very much, Aldric, and of course, Rachele, for the very exact responses you gave in this segment. Of course, Feng Shui is very much popular, and I think it's here to stay, as the Chinese traditions are very much part of our culture. Again, people may or may not seek Feng Shui for review and sharing purpose. A disclaimer lang to as applied in their personal or business life, because the challenge to decide is on them whether to believe or not to believe. So we shall now have our concluding segment. Paghaharapin natin si Rob and si Aldric on our concluding segment when we return after this major station break.
We'll be back shortly. This is Two for the Road. Two for the Road. Only here on V81 Radio Worldwide. Kabayan, nahuhomesick ka ba? I-download na ang aming mobile app at mag-enjoy sa mga kantang tatak Pinoy and feel like you're home. The V81 Radio mobile app, available in the App Store and Google Play Store. V81 Radio mobile app, free now, free forever.
Are you an online business owner? Do you worry about shipping your products on time? Is it a hassle to deliver to customers abroad? Shipping options can be expensive, limited, or unreliable. That's why you need a new way to transport your goods overseas. Introducing My Cartero, a new, convenient, and reliable way to deliver your products across the globe. With My Cartero, you can distribute merchandise internationally. Ship your packages to the regional hub in 24 hours. Deliver items as small as 50 grams. Ship based on your needs. And track your packages online. You can even learn about sending to other countries via free consultations. With My Cartero, you don't need to visit a post office or courier branch. Simply book online, wait for our rider, and ship your product. Now, you can boost your conversion, satisfy your customers, and grow your business with My Cartero.
Now back to Two for the Road. Two for the Road. Only here on V81 Radio Worldwide.
Okay, so we're back in our concluding segment. At syempre, shoutout muna kay Eric Juco and to Liza Lagindab Malik. Thank you for watching, no? Syempre, on the V81 page. Kaya na mga binasa ko is on the Two for the Road Pivoting Partnership FB page. And then, okay, Bingo and Arlene, how do you feel about what we're having for today?
Arlene?
Ako kasi I feel although there would be different perspectives how people will really accept this. For me, I learned from these masters of their own trade, yung craft nila. There is wisdom in everything. There is wisdom in everything. And may na-pick up ako both kay Master Aldric at saka kay aking si Robert. Tama no, Robert. Mamaya mapagalitan ako ni Robert eh.
Rob kasi siya, R-O-B or Robert. And then
Robert.
his surname is Rubin.
I learned from them.
Yes. Same as Rubin, I've learned from both of them. Magkaiba yung applications, pero nasa sayo nga, parehas tayong may natutunan doon sa kanilang dalawa at I'm sure yung viewers and listeners natin, marami ding natutunan. Shout out to Richie Cunha, who's also watching the show, and to Liza Naginap Malik. Thank you for watching the show.
Okay. Before we put them all together on screen, Rachele, Aldric, and Rob, we'll give our audience some announcement. Miguel, can we run our announcements? Syempre, June Garing School of Professional Selling will be our partner, and he'll be launching his book in our platform. So his books are now available on an e-version. So ebook now is available for reservations at $495. Just get into their Facebook Messenger, Nathan Garing, or contact 0917-466-5296. Okay, thank you, June, for supporting our program. As of course, they're giving away several webinars on the making of a Filipino sales champion every last Saturday of the month. For this month, is going to happen on August 29 at 9 a.m. to 12 noon. So it's free registration. Just get into their FB page. And of course, June is also the guest speaker on Rehab. August 2020 monthly membership meeting on August 28th. Okay, so if you want to watch them over also, please register on the Ribap Bakati page. And syempre, we shall be starting a new segment in our program by having some salesmanship tips beginning September. And this one kind that our readers and viewers and listeners will get as a benefit in being part of our community. That's a sample only. And of course, another partner is also getting to us, the Pentecostal missionary of the Church of Christ, the Fort Worth. They're located in California, USA, and they'll be supporting our show. They are providing some messages also and some giveaways, no? Magpapakontest na tayo come September, no? Okay. Kung ano yon, abangan. And of course, their media arm is, I think, Surer Word, which brings forth the words of Jesus Christ, the real truth, no? The truth that cares, no? To over 6 million stakeholders in 4 countries globally. Thank you very much, Surer Word of the PMCC Worldwide. At syempre, one of our community members in Talkshop Asia is having her first webinar. O foremost, shout out to Dudut Santiago. Their webinar is entitled Taxation for Self-Employed. Join them and us. No? Sama na kami dito on August 27 at 3 p.m. And then just register in the Facebook page of Forma Consult. Maraming salamat. I think, take it away, Arlene. Sounds.
There. So for those who are, ang ganda nito, Mike Cartero, no, kilala ko to eh. So for anything that you would like to export out of the Philippines, Mike Cartero made life easier for everybody by simply logging on. So wherever you are, in your house, in your offices, You can simply book online, prepare your documents online, and you immediately get your tracking number. Now, it's easy as 1, 2, 3, book online, pay via postage via PayMaya or GCash, and you can either drop off to our office or wait for a pickup to arrive. We have partnered with Grab for those of you who wants to ship anything. So it would be Grab who would pick up from you, especially in these days of pandemic. We wanted to keep everybody safe, including our customers. So whether you need to send a parcel or a document abroad, book it now with My Cartero. So that's www.mycartero.com. There you go.
Next. Okay, take it away, Bingo.
Okay, for those who would like to be involved in the hotel business, you may visit our page at Rexonland through Facebook. You may also visit our website, www.rexonland.com, where you can get free stay in our hotels, discounts from different establishments, and you'll be one of the franchisees and you'll become a part owner of the hotels that we're putting up under Rexonland. And those of you who would like to get engaged in the gasoline business, we have dual fuel. As you can see, we have as partners as well the PBA legends, Jerry Codinera, Giorgio Lastimosa, Bal David, Alan K. Dick, Noli Locsin, and Marlo Aquino. So they form part of the management team of Dual Fuel. We're the first gasoline station that will offer electrical charging or EV charging to electric vehicles. So in all our gas stations, we'll be having electric vehicle charging. So just visit the different pages that we have in Facebook, Dual Fuel. And recently, we have Revit Med. Since it's pandemic, it's very important that we boost our immune system. We have Immune C500. This is all natural food supplement with papaya, acerola. It is more potent than the vitamins that are made synthetically. So these are all natural. Again, you may visit our Facebook, Revit Med. And then we have also yung Immuno 500. Okay, thanks, Gordon.
Maraming salamat. And then for all our audience, don't forget to watch Talk Shop Asia USA edition every Wednesday, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. And in California, it's Tuesday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Our industry in focus this coming Wednesday is reimagining the culture and arts industry, films, and visual arts. We have a very interesting guest from Switzerland. She's a modernang Pinay. Ang ganda ng mga painting niya. And another filmmaker based in California. And of course, we have our featured Pinoy artists also. And also, Talk Shop Asia Rewind every Sunday at 3:30 p.m. in Big Media and B81 Radio. So this time, we shall put again on focus or in focus Cheryl Quintana, the ASEAN franchising leader. Hello, Cheryl. We'll watch you again on Sunday. All right. So maraming salamat. Those are our announcements. At Cheryl, we'd like to call all our guests back on screen. Rachele, Aldric, and Robert. Okay. Maraming salamat. Sorry, mahaba eh. Kaya Cheryl, kailangan natin acknowledge for our hanap buhay. Okay. So ngayon, I'd like to throw the question, Robert and Aldric. Ano ang gusto nyo sabihin sa isa't isa? You may interact by asking a question or comment between the handles that you have on your hand. Robert, ikaw muna.
Oh, sige. Well, you were doing something interesting kanina, Master Aldric, about the animal signs. I happen to know that I am a water dog, May 2682. So what can you say would be recommended?
Okay.
82.
Yes.
Again, just like Rachele, you fell into the internet trap of Catch-22, fraudulent Feng Shui.
Okay.
May 82, you're not a water dog.
Really?
You are actually a wood dog.
Oh, okay.
So if you think you were water, that you can adjust to all kinds of people, you were wrong all the way.
Thank you for enlightening me. I'm a wood dog, so what can I do?
Yeah. So wood dog, that's why you excel in tarot, because the cards is made of paper. And as I mentioned, paper, pulp and paper comes from element of wood. And you're at home in your elements doing tarot, touching the cards.
Amazing.
And
Wow,
you will
thank you for that.
prosper there. Okay.
Thank you for that.
You will prosper there. Your lucky color is green. Okay. And unfortunately, for dog, you're entering, if they call it in horoscope or in astrology, a cusp or a transit. A transit. It's a transit period in Feng Shui to for dog, meaning your life energies or chi will be low. You see, just a very clear-cut example would be, I mentioned a broadcast company. If you check the birth of the company, it was really 1946, year of the dog, and its current president is dog, and his feng shui expert is dog. Okay,
Okay.
so all of them went back to the kennels. Okay, so you have to be careful this year. But as a tip for you, you take care of a pet turtle. Okay.
Oh.
A pet
All
turtle
right.
is a classic feng shui cure for
All right.
everybody, actually. Yeah.
I would
That
look
will
for one. Thank you for that.
protect your health and especially your career.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you for that one.
Thank you very much, Aldric. And then, ayoko na ibalik ha. Huwag ka na magtanong, Aldric. Matatapos na time natin. Isang tanong
May
lang si
singit,
Rachel.
sorry Pwede ba akong makasingit lang? Ng,
Sige. Yeah.
kasi you all talk about your dreams.
Okay. Sige. We'd like to hear your dream, Aldric.
Yeah, I like to share my dream with the Filipino people around. Hopefully, five years from now, especially
Careful.
with you entrepreneurs and businessmen.
Okay.
I have a utopian dream. You know what utopia means, right?
Yeah.
Google it. So my utopian dream is hopefully we come at a business climate and a country where graft and corruption will not be a presumption of regularity. Okay?
We are with you. I think we feel the same, and we hope the same, and we dream the same.
Yeah, because we talk about feel health and everything, but you know, these are all realities we have to live with and adapt to. But please, naman, diba? Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Aldric. Okay. Well, that will necessitate another episode. And my last question before we give our takeaway to the general online public is Rachel. Any last words to the two, because you've been the recipient, and I would like now that you be the precursor as our premise to them.
Yeah, that's been very interesting. Thank you very much. And both of what you said aligned. I guess it's because also baka yun talaga yung vibe that I'm giving off. So thank you. That was a learning also that I'm an earth monkey rather than a wood monkey. And I liked what Robert said, that to manifest it and to collaborate, which I'm doing naman. Kaya lang it's really taking time. So thank you very much.
Okay. So ngayon dito lahat na nag-guest, we always request them to give their final takeaway so that they can guide the public through this pandemic and quarantine. So you give your takeaway, isa-isa. Unahin natin si Rob.
Okay. So if I'm going to give my takeaway, remember everyone, do not lose hope. One way or the other, this pandemic is going to end. And this is a test of the strength of everybody who's going through it. And the only time you lose is if you give up hope. And remember that help will always be there for those who ask for it. So remember, you're not alone. We're always here for you. You've got wonderful people like myself and Master Aldric who would love to serve you if you need our assistance. We're always here for you. Stay strong. We'll get through this together.
Okay, we will embrace you, Robert. A nice takeaway. Aldric, what's your takeaway to the
Uh,
general online public?
my takeaway is very practical. Feng Shui is practical and scientific. So with pandemic or not, I'd like to greet my best friend, Attorney Ariel Martinez, a belated happy birthday, and his former girlfriend, whose birthday is today, being a Bascal in the States. Okay, that's all.
Okay. And
Former girlfriend.
syempre, Rachele, ikaw ano ang iyong takeaway? Hindi not your show, but we are very significant as a volunteer today.
Yeah,
Okay.
and very significant that we found out it's an affirmation that we can go into partnership, and even with
Yeah.
bingo, we can be a triumvirate. So that's a great takeaway. And also, like what Robert said, kasi usually parang people will, di ba, you're always skeptic, parang totoo kaya sasabihin niya. No, but I'm very patient nga. So, that's something he doesn't know about me, or does it, I wouldn't give that off, but he was able to tell that. So, what I would say to people is, these are not, because others are so scared, di ba? Because it goes against their faith or whatever. Like what Master said, this is scientific. It's not, and what Robert, and it's a guidance. It's a management guidance rather than a prediction. And I don't think Robert exactly said anything to predict my future. It's really more of an encouragement of how to tackle your concerns. So, and then that's just in a nutshell. I don't think it goes against the grain of any faith, as long as you don't also like, oh my gosh, this is what he said. It's not. Don't put your hopes on it also.
Huwag ka mag-overthink, sabi niya.
Ako,
Maraming
hindi ako
salamat.
ma-overthink, ah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Rachel. Of course, to my
Thank you.
partners here in the show, we like to have their last words. Arlene muna.
All right. First, having heard our masters, so I see that, the key takeaway from me is really people by nature needs hope to move forward with life. It's a personal choice where one draws from, diba? And be it from tarot reading, feng shui, or for one's religion or faith. We should learn to respect each other and the choices we all make. However, above all, love one another as Christ loves the church. Everything happens for a purpose on His Almighty's perfect time and perfect plan. So during these times of pandemic, what we all need to do really is to give love and extend a hand to those who need it. We have to heal as one.
Okay, thank you very much, Arlene. And Bingo, your last words?
Yes, as I've always said during the last few shows, there's no such thing as a perfect relationships, only perfect intentions. So even if you have opposite signs based on feng shui, even if you have outcomes that is not good at all, your intention should be good with your partners. So that intention should always be constant. Good intentions.
Okay, maraming salamat, Bingo. At syempre, maraming salamat sa ating mga guests kay Aldric, kay Rob, at kay Rachel. Thank you for making this show very informative. And then, but remember, the decision of to believing or not lies on the hand of the volunteer or of the person who like to get engaged with you. Okay, lagi alalahanin lang na you will be partners of the show because we'll be embracing it. Feng Shui and tarot reading, bahala na sila kung gusto nila. But every day, you'll be partners of the Two for the Road pivoting partnerships. Maraming salamat. And then for our extra, Arlene, ano bang gusto natin sabihin?
Well, things happen on a tipping point, but parties will have a deciding moment on who to partner with.
And business challenges will be met easily with success if and go on to the next level.
And business challenges will be met easily with success if I, if you, if we embrace being all together two
Two.
for the road.
For the road.
the program that is a call for the times during this 21st century pandemic, seeing breakthrough beyond horizons. This is Two for the Road. Challenges are usually solved and stepped up to as partners know the worth and value of being two for the road. Join the Global Business and Transformation Mentor Rolly Pagaspas and the Global Marketing Leader Pingo Matta as they discuss collaborations in the program that pivots on partnerships. This is Two for the Road every Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Philippine time. Only here on V81 Radio Worldwide. Tunog Pinoy, Tatak Pinoy, your all hits, all Pinoy digital radio station, streaming worldwide. This is V81 Radio.
Ito ang paborito ng bawat Pilipino.